Thank you for coming. TOKEN2049 Singapore, powered by us. This is great. I hope you have fun. My name is Rob, and I am the business head of the Business Creative Center at WEMADE. So we're maintaining and managing everything related with the WEMIX3.0 mega ecosystem. So today, I'll be speaking about how we have gone from a gaming platform, a global blockchain gaming platform, into a mainnet launch that has three distinctive platforms that will synergize together to create one mega ecosystem. And today, I'll be talking about each individual platforms from starting with the games. So let's get started with gaming. The commercial gaming industry began in the 70s with arcade gaming. And back then, there were no terminologies such as gamers. But in the 80s, when console games started, there were gamers and we could play these games at home, which positioned games as viable hobbies for many. In the late 90s, online games started booming, and this allowed for competitive and cooperative gaming, which in the end now evolved into esports as we know it today. In the mid-2000s and onwards, we've had advancements in mobile technology, and this allowed for games to be played anywhere at any time. So this essentially improved the accessibility of games for gamers all over the world. And now, through the introduction of blockchain technology in gaming industry, we are seeing applications such as P2E games and P&E games. And this is what I want to talk to you about today. So there are more than 3.2 billion gamers in the world. This is a massive market. And we all know this because everyone's interested in gaming now. But what we don't understand is only a small fraction of these gamers are considered blockchain gamers. Why is this the case? We believe the main issue is behind the two groups speaking different languages. So for traditional gamers, they're more interested in the actual gameplay, the quality of gameplay. Ultimately, they want to enjoy and have fun through these games. Whereas blockchain gamers, they're more concentrated. We're always talking about decentralization, the technological aspect of blockchain technology implementation, including tokenomics, transparency, asset ownership, and these are all important. But the issue is that because they're speaking different languages, we're having difficulty entering into the traditional gaming market. So what we did through our platform initially was to combine these two components in creating a platform that's offering both parties their sense of value for gaming. Now, with that came Wemix Play, which is the first of the three platforms available on Wemix 3.0. Wemix Play currently has 15 games live being serviced to millions of users. 31 games are upcoming currently, I believe, very soon. By the end of the year, we're expecting about 100 games to be serviced through the platform. Now, from this, I just want to give you a brief example of how we dealt with game development. So Mirror 4 was released globally on Wemix Play in August of 2021. And 4 months into launch, we've secured achievements that no one else has done before through P2E games. And I'll share that in a moment. But what we focused on was, as I said, the gameplay aspect, catering to the needs of the gamers, traditional gamers, and combined blockchain technology to provide them with value addition. Now, this was the result. 4 months into launch, we've seen 1.4 million concurrent user base, and now we have over 20 million users just for this one game. And why was this possible for us? It's because the idea of catering to the needs of traditional gamers is it actually effectively created something much more than what we expected. So gamers could actually start playing the game. They could enjoy the game. This is an MMORPG, by the way. And the quality of the gameplay offered gamers actual fun through the gaming. But without any of the limitations imposed by some of the P2E games that are out there right now. For example, NFT purchasing being a requirement to play these games, or a hindrance to the traditional gamers. For Mir 4, these gamers did not have to have NFTs, cryptocurrencies. They didn't even need to have a wallet to play the game. So this was the starting point of it all. Now, what about the tokenomics and the blockchain side of things? Now, we've piqued the interest of these traditional gamers, and they have responded back in kind through these, as you see on the board here. The metrics that you see here are traditional gamers adopting blockchain technology. So the total token trade volume is over 370 million for this one game. And the NFT trade volume is approximately 40 million. And the most expensive NFT that was sold is over $400,000. Now, this is an unprecedented achievement for the P2E community. And it was possible because we have one distinguishing feature from Mir 4, and that is the NFT mechanism. So rather than creating NFTs to offer to the community, we've entitled the community and the gamers to be able to create their own NFTs. So this is the game changer, no pun intended. What they did was they were playing Mir 4, and the character that they were playing in the game world became an NFT. So they're essentially spending their time and money and effort in creating their own unique NFTs. And by doing this, this allowed gamers to trade value that are created and derived from their own experiences. So this is what the biggest thing for Mir 4 was. Now, the lesson that we learned through this is well-made games with quality content combined with blockchain economy provides a very strong value proposition for the traditional gamers, and also it provides a leeway for them to adopt the ways of blockchain technology. As you've seen in the slide before, you can see the results. Now, one other important lesson that we learned ourselves is that gamers they are actually used to considering games as a means of spending time and money, whereas now through the likes of Mir 4, what they're experiencing is the time they used to spend have become an investment value. So they're actually investing into games rather than spending money. So now these gamers are playing the games and they're earning. That's all great. What did they do with what they earned? Traditionally speaking, before WEMIX 3.0, it was a linear experience cycle where once they earn something, they exit the market. And this was a repetitive scenario that we've seen. But WEMIX Play changed this. How? By introducing DeFi to them. And it piqued their interest because now it's becoming a whole new investment proposition for them. So the second platform on WEMIX 3.0 is a DeFi platform, and we call it WEMIX5. WEMIX5 enables the use of an array of innovative DeFi tools to engage the gaming community with more functionalities so that they can expand the experiences that they have on-chain. And more importantly, the value goes into a cycle rather than out of the blockchain, on-chain environment. So this was very important for us. And more importantly, WEMIX5 is going to be a secure platform enabling a fluid transaction of value of various cryptocurrencies within the chain through different services, different dApps, and games. So this is essentially going to work towards growth of the actual ecosystem and help developers build a stronger economy through the platform. Now, the third and final platform is Nile. And when you see Nile, you may be thinking, is that the river Nile? Yes, it is the river Nile. Philosophically speaking, Nile River used to be believed as, in ancient Egypt, it was believed as the source of life. And on WEMIX 3.0, we believe Nile will function as the source of new innovative projects. And this is the reason for the naming. Now on Nile, there are three distinctive components that plays a critical role in building new apps, new projects, new businesses, however you call it. New stuff gets built every day, and this is what Nile will function as. So the three components are DAO, NFT, and Life. Now, DAO is essentially a community-powered launchpad for different games, different projects, DApps, and the sorts. So this allows, we've created a 7-part complex protocol that allows community members to utilize the tools that are already given to them through our user interface, and they can engage in creation of the DAO, funding of the DAO, and management through governance. So this is moving towards Web3. The second portion of the platform is NFT, and this is virtually an aggregation of NFTs that are spread out in the economy or the ecosystem. And it's also a way of collaborating and having people come together and connect with the type of people that share the same interests. And this is made possible through these NFTs. So by owning specific types of NFTs, we're grouping them up automatically on a Web3 community environment. And it's called Papyrus. The third and final portion, Life, is our way of saying, hey, let's integrate blockchain technology into the real world application. And this is made possible through certain projects that I've brought here to share with you as an example. Tangled is one, Sneakers is the other, and these are featured Life projects on Nile. Tangled is a Web3 communication tool that engages the world community in a video or voice chat. And the reason why this is important is because if I were to, for example, if I want to learn Spanish, I would speak to someone in Spain, and the time that I spent in speaking to that person becomes tokenized. And they are rewarded for speaking with me and teaching me the language. Now, this essentially brings a new way of tokenizing and benefiting all parties involved in the Web3 space. And that is talk to earn. Sneakers, in the same way, allows us to exercise and walk around and move around with different people in the real world and engaging them with tokenomics that enables them to earn through their actions in the real world. Now that is considered as move to earn. So then, combining these experiences, we're moving from the originality of play to earn, which is the game. Now we're moving into the real world and real activities, and we're expanding the experience into X to earn. So ultimately, we're planning in the future. We believe this will be the bedrock of an actual metaverse that works, and that will connect us with the digital world and the real world. So WEMIX 3.0 is scheduled to launch in October, which is really soon. And it's a layer 1 mainnet, EVM compatible. And on the mainnet, we will have 3 key platforms. WEMIX Play being the gaming platform, DeFi platform, WEMIX3.0, and the Nile Platform. Through utilizing these 3 platforms, although these individual platforms will have its own economy and ecosystem, we will combine it and synergize it together to create a mega ecosystem. And on the mega ecosystem, we are inviting various DApps and services to become onboarded, build on Wemix, and help us change the world. So Wemix, the vision of Wemix is an experience-based, platform-driven, and service-oriented mega ecosystem. So talk to me afterwards if you're interested in building on Wemix. Thank you.